Lakeside restaurant in New Limerick, Maine, based out of the Houlton Community Golf Course. And today we're going to do two things. We're going to make a compound butter, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to do an oyster dish called Block Island Parmesan oyster. Here's the ingredients for the compound butter. There's quite a few varieties of compound butter that you can make. Casino butter is one of the well-known ones that they put on Clams Casino, and I've made a few myself using grated ginger, soy sauce, fresh wasabi. You can put that on steak. That's really good. But here's what we're going to do today. This is just a basic compound garlic butter. So we have our softened butter that I've left out for a while, so you can work your ingredients into the butter. Roasted garlic. You don't want to put raw garlic in because whatever you put it on, it won't be cooked through. It won't taste good. It'll be kind of bitter. So roast up your garlic a little bit. Watch it. I roasted that at 350. I have basically about 5 cloves to 1 pound of butter. I have black pepper. This is onion powder. It's about a teaspoon. About the same thing, about a teaspoon of parsley. Little bit of cayenne pepper, or you could use Tabasco if you want. You don't want to get it too hot. And Lee and Perrin Worcestershire sauce. So what I'm going to do is chop this up. If you want it, you can put it in a small food processor and do it that way. But it's only a little bit. We're doing 5 pounds or so at a time. When you put it in the food processor, you just want to pulse it. You don't want to hit it full blast and it's just kind of pasty, and I don't think it's very good that way. Pepper, onion powder. I don't want to put salt in this particular one because we're going to put it on oyster. A little cayenne pepper, parsley. About a teaspoon of LP sauce. And then you just want to work this in. And if you have a handheld mixer, you can use that if it's easier for you. So now I'm going to show you our oysters. So these oysters here are just local oysters from Maine. We shucked them earlier, try to save the brine in the oyster. So how we're going to work this, like I said, so you can make like 5 pounds of this, put them in containers, put them in your freezer, and you have it. You can make garlic bread, whatever you want to put your garlic butter on. You don't need too much because it's going to melt, and how much can this hold here. Then we got some Parmesan Romano. You want to use some nice cheese. You don't want to use that green stuff in the can, in the container. So now we're just going to put some seasoned Ritz cracker. You can use seasoned breadcrumb, Whatever you like to use is fine. So my oven's been preheated to 400. I'm going to put some drawn butter on this now. So let's pop this in the oven. This takes about 10 minutes. There's so many variety of oysters, and there was a journalist named Jonathan Swift in the 18th century said it was a bold man who ate the first oyster. But I find them delicious. Other people don't even like to look at them. So in my hometown, Bristol, Rhode Island, they used to have oysters in the bay, and back, in the 60s, 50s, 60s, the water started getting more polluted, and the oysters kind of died out. Save the Bay came along, a great organization, cleaned the water. The water's the cleanest it's been for 100 years probably. And now the oysters are thriving, and it's kind of ironic. Now they say, because the oysters and mussels and clams, all this mollusk, they filter the water, help clean the water. But now the water is so clean that the oysters don't have anything to clean, so they're kind of dwindling a little bit. But we'll see how that works out in about another 10 years. Okay, now oysters should be done. I'm going to take them out of the oven and we'll see how everything looks. So you can see, nice golden brown, not too much crumb. Cooked just, like I said, 10 minutes, 8 minutes. You don't want to overcook the oyster. You still want it kind of like maybe half uncooked, because so this is the Block Island Parmesan oysters. I'm shouting out to my friends at Block Island. This is where I saw this. They sold tons of these. You can actually probably go to a fish market. They sell them already frozen and on the half shell. You can make this. You can make casino style. You could do oysters Rockefeller with this. There's so many variety of oysters all over the world. Japan, there's a big market there for them. We were in Prince Edward Island and we had some oysters there. They were big and they were delicious. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Shout out to my buddy here, Aaron, who's doing the YouTube for us. Subscribe to us, like us please, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.